Paturi Nagabhushanam. Paturi Nagabhushanam 20 August 1907 24 July 1987 was described as the doyen of the Andhra Library Movement from Andhra Pradesh, India. Paturi was associated with the national independence movement and an ardent follower of Gandhiji. His contributions are noteworthy in spreading library movement in the state of Andhra Pradesh among the public, strengthening Andhra Pradesh Library Association, propagating adult literacy, the establishment of library school for imparting training to library workers and giving library education under state government certification, and publishing books, periodicals, LIS textbooks. He is the founder of Sarvottama Granthalayam in Vijayawada. Early life. Nagabhushanam was the first child born in a middle-class Orthodox farmer's family to Paturi by a father and SMT. Paturi born a mother in Pettapalam village near Tenali, Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh state, India on 20 August 1907. Education and training. After his primary, secondary schooling in Pettapalam, Kuchipudi and Nidabrali villages, and intermediate studies at Loyola College, Madras, Paturi Nagabhushanam received library workers training organized by the Andhra Pradesh Library Association for summer in 1934. Further, he obtained a diploma in library science (DLSE) from Andhra University, 2 years of summer school during 1936-38. He also received training conducted for adult education teachers at the state level conducted by Madras government at Vijayawada, and also a 1-month training program organized for the writers of adult education materials at Mysore in 1953. Marriage and children. He married to Ramayani Chandramalaka Rajaswarama at an early age, while studying intermediate course. He had a son late Sri Suri Babu and 2 daughters late SMT Sujata and Dr. SMT Sarada. The General Secretary of Andhra Pradesh Library Association and the editor of Granthalayam Sarvaswami since the year 1988. Demise. He took his last breath in the presence of his family members and the members of the association executive body on 24 July 1987 at his 80, while undergoing treatment for cancer in Bombay and Mumbai. In national movement. Paturi Nagabhushanam was associated with national movement from the student stage. When he was a student of Loyola College, Madras, he worked as a volunteer for the All India Congress Conference in Madras and also participated in an agitation organized against Simon Commission in Madras. He also took part in Salt Satyagraha and imprisoned as a political detainee for 1 year in Alipur Camp Jail near Bellary. He was again imprisoned for another 6 months in 1932 for participating in the civil disobedience movement. Paturi also worked during Quit India movement in 1942, secretly carrying newspapers and pamphlets. He had cordial relationships with famous personalities of national movement like Dr. J. N. Melkut, Sri Ramanantirtha, Sri Jamalapuram Kesava Rao, Sri Medapati Hanumantha Rao, Sri K. B. Narasimha Rao, Sri Saravaram Pratapadi, and others. The government of India recognized Paturi as a freedom fighter and presented the citation on the bronze leaf. Paturi was an ardent follower of Mahatma Gandhi. He was a member of the Andhra Pradesh State Board for Gandhi Memorial Fund for 15 years. He took charge as Gandhi Tattva Prachara campaigner of Vijayawada Centre and published pamphlets promoting khadi sales, cotton weaving, upliftment of origins, removal of untouchability, and village industries. He wore khadi throughout his life and gave utmost importance to Gandhi's Safai programs involving in the cleanliness of surroundings, self-help, and so on. He was a member of the editorial board, Gandhian Literature Publication Committee. On the occasion of Gandhiji centenary celebrations, he translated 10 works from different languages on glimpses of significant aspects of Mahatma's life history and gifted them to young boys and girls. He has set up a national educational school in the name of Sevasranam Service Centre in his native village Pettapalam in the year 1928, joining with Melashri V. Venkateswalu, who took training in Gandhiji's Sabarmati Ashram in Gujarat. In Sevasramam, he organized programs like propagation of Hindi along with regional language Telugu, following Gandhian principles like making yarn from cotton, khadi promotion, reconstruction of villages, upliftment of origins, and so on. He also established Naturopathy Hospital, Khadi Swadasya store to supplement the Sevasramam programs in order to encourage the use of Indian goods, naturopathy. He further promoted agriculture, animal husbandry. He was behind the establishment of a school called Navya Bharati in a remote village Ravendrapadi of Guntur district with residential facilities with an aim to promote vocational programs to inculcate the hidden capabilities in the students along with formal education. Paturi also started Sarvottama Press in Vijayawada in 1950, appointing women for composing, binding and printing, and so on to support their economic empowerment. He functioned as the director of Chemicals Limited, Nidadaval and Sramajeevi Press, Madras. Paturi served Academy Andhra Pradesh Satya Academy as a member for 5 years. In Library Movement, Association and Education. In Andhra Pradesh state, the library movement was launched by Sri Ayankivan Kota Ramanaya, and it was further led and spread by Sri Paturi in multidimensional ways. Paturi's contributions to the spread of library movement, library education, and to the Andhra Pradesh Library Association for more than 5 decades were highly significant. He strived in the propagation of excellent literary works, the publication of manuscript journal, library adult education movement. He, along with his other associates, rejuvenated a ruining library in his native village called Bala Samajam and re-established the same as Sevasrama Vanimandaram in January 1930 in a new building under the auspices of Sevasramam. He assumed the charge as secretary of Andhra Library Association in 1935 and set up libraries in about 160 villages in the district and also played a key role in the construction of new buildings for 28 libraries. He started an innovative program of setting up of boat libraries under the auspices of Sevasramam during 1935 and 42 to create reading interest among the public. The first boat library launched in the Krishna Bank Canal between Pedavalapudi and Kollaru on 25 October 1935, and another on 17 November 1935 from Pedavalapudi in Pittapur in Guntur district. This became a national sensation and paved the way to set up many more boat libraries. He is one of the 5-member subcommittee set up by the state government for preparing the draft of the Andhra Pradesh Public Library Act. He acquired an acre of land in the heart of Vijayawada city and constructed Sri Sarvottama Bhavanam in 1949 with the philanthropic donations and built another story for Bapiji Mandir in 1958. Similarly, he constructed Jogiraju Bhavan in 1960 for workers' accommodation and Ramani Sadan in 1983. Paturi led Andhra Pradesh Library Association for 5 decades and set up district-level branches in all the districts to spread the association activities at the rural level, for which he visited all the districts and libraries. He acquired crores worth properties to fortify the association activities and to create amenities for it. In order to enhance good public relations for the libraries and to extend its activities, he had celebrated Granthalayam Vasantotsavalia Library Spring Festival first in 1950 to Nandana year in summer every year. This 5 days activity was continued for many years. These celebrations were praised by the world-renowned library science professor in India Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. He established Sarvottama Library Granthalayam in the year 1987, which has now grown to a large extent and being used by hundreds of students, self-employment trainees, and so on. He was the editor of the monthly magazine Granthalayam Sarvaslam, the voice of library movement, for more than 36 years from 12 to 48 volumes. This is acclaimed as the only library science magazine in the country. Paturi organized several training camps for library workers and prepared hundreds of library volunteers. In 1966, he started a certificate course in library science which was duly recognized by the Andhra Pradesh state government. As a publisher, editor and writer, Paturi's published works in regional language Telugu include 15 indigenous works, 15 translated works into Telugu, 6 compilations, 19 editorial works, and other publications. He prepared textbooks according to the syllabus of the certificate course in library science in Telugu language and published them. They also became reference books for library science. Paturi published 20 volumes of books written by a popular farming expert, Sri Jogiraju, on agriculture and farming before 5 decades. They were considered as authentic sources and the subject and revised by the agricultural scientists from time to time. He published and propagated books on adult education written by Sri Gadichalahari Sarvottama Rao, the pioneer in the adult literacy movement of the time. They were Vijayawada Video 123 volumes, books on adult education, and Vijayawada Vachakalo adult education readers. He organized the centenary celebration of Sri Gadichala in important towns of many districts of the state and also published the centenary commemorative issue entitled Vandamataram for about 400 pages. Paturi was the editor of 24 to 28 Andhra Pradesh Library Association conference volumes and the associate editor for Andhra Granthalayam, the quarterly periodical for Volume 2. For more than 36 years, he held the responsibility as the editor for the monthly periodical Granthalayam, volumes 13 to 48, and also a popular index to Telugu literature, Andhra Library Association, which was compiled by Sri Velagavenkatappi and Matataru Jadamohanaraya and published by the association in 1962. On oath, Paturi was recognized as the pioneer of library movement. Paturi was honored by Andhra University, Visakhapatnam for his involvement in the national independence movement, contributions in spreading library movement in the state in multiple dimensions as a social activist, propagator of adult literacy, greatest efforts in library education, publications, activity, and conferred with the honorary doctorate Kalaprapana in the year 1975. On the occasion, he was felicitated by the Department of Library Science, University Library, Sarvottama Granthalayam School of Library Science, and many more educational, literary, social organizations. He was honored in First World Telugu Conference, Hyderabad. He also received Yolagada Rajalakshmi Venkana Chaudhary Kalapitham Award. He was invited by the Andhra University to felicitate as the first student of the Department of Library Science in the year 1987 on the occasion of university's Golden Jubilee celebrations. The Telugu Federation of Delhi had arranged to felicitate Paturi as he was one of the most influential personalities in Andhra Pradesh and for his contribution to the upliftment of library movement in the state. Unfortunately, this could not happen due to his ill health. The great Telugu poet Karanasvi Jandyala Papi Sastry described that he is Humane University. He is the moving library. The most popular socialist leader, late Sri Acharya N.G. Ranga, designated him as Saraswati Pujari, priest of goddess Saraswati. S.R. Ranganathan described him as one of the few persistent and staunch devotees of library science, which Mother India produced. Sri Saravaram Pratap Reddy praised him as one who dedicated his life to the cause of the library movement. Gadichala Sarvottama Rao said that Nagabhushanam stands for the word library. Birth centenary. Paturi's centenary celebrations were organized statewide by Andhra Pradesh Library Association, APLA, and Paturi Nagabhushanam Centenary Celebration Committee from 20 August 2006 to 20 August 2007. The centenary celebrations were inaugurated by the then Chief Minister of the state, Dr. Y.S. Rajasekhar Reddy, in Hyderabad on 20 August 2006. State Minister Sri Calvin Vasaya SMT and Rajalakshmi participated in the occasion. The district central libraries in Kurnool, Anantapur, Medak, Karinagar, Nalgon, the districts, and the libraries in several districts, and also the college libraries such as ANR in Vijayawada, TRN in Chilakalarapta, CR Reddy PG College in Aluru, and KVR in Nandagama joined in celebrating the occasion in their premises. Subsequently, the leaders of the library movement of the Rayalaseema region celebrated Paturi's centenary in Anantapur district on 10 September 2006 under the guidance of Sri Bhattachala Venkatarami Reddy. In Rajamandravaraam, the event was celebrated in Rajamandapura Mandir Granthalayam on 17 September 2006. Similarly, the celebrations were conducted by Makalapatnam Granthalayam Vikas Samihi, Visakhapatnampur Granthalayam Public Library, and Vijayawada Book Festival. The concluding ceremony of the centenary celebrations of Sri Paturi Nagabhushanam, the doyen of library movement in AP, was organized by the Andhra Pradesh Library Association at the National Conference on Reorientation of Library Services in India held at Vijayawada from 18-20 August 2007. Conclusion. He did not pause his activities related to association writings, even when he was severely ill and taking treatment for cancer. He was worried about the continuation of library movement, associations, Sarvottama Library Granthalayam, Library School, and the monthly periodical Granthalayam, for which dedicated his entire life. His commitment is well understood from his final words: "I have no other desire except that if I had a chance I wish to be reborn here and serve this library association in the same way." The Andhra Pradesh Library Association has completed 100 years and celebrated the centenary in the year 2014, successfully going forward, expanding its activities while continuing his legacy in the values set by Paturi